Hello, friends. Happy Wednesday and happy February. It's a very busy week here, with it being the Valentine's Habitat Challenge that starts today and goes through the 14th. And then I'm also, which I'm hosting, and I'm also a judge a guest judge for our Bricks and Minifigs South Austin mock contest, which is a lot of fun. And that's on Friday. And so there's just a lot of things happening. Plus our house, I've got a lot of cleaning to do around here, and we're watching the Olympics and doing all the things. So it's a lot going on, but I'm very excited to have this afternoon to take a brief pause from the Habitat Challenge and start to build out this beauty. So this is the set that was just announced, I want to say yesterday. Boop. Hi, Glenn. It was just announced either yesterday or the day before. It is the Bridge Over a Pond of Water Lilies by Claude Monet. So the title of the piece is actually a very long title for the set. And it was one of my favorite things that I got to see revealed at LEGO Fan Media Days back in September. So I'm very, very excited to finally get to build this and to share this with you. And so grateful that LEGO sent this one our way for review. So yeah, that's what we're going to dive into today. I'm sure we won't get through the full thing. I just went through and I sorted the bags. There are 25 bags total. My hope is to get through a number of them and to get to some of the detailing that happens on top. And I'm guessing this will, from what it looks like, the first few bags are the frame. So not the most glamorous and exciting. I had planned to do that before we got started today. And of course, with all the things going on, didn't get a chance to. So we'll start with that. Heck yeah, the parts seen in what's been revealed so far are amazing. Yes, it is really, really stunning. It's a beautiful set, and I'm very excited to have the opportunity to get to build it and share it with y'all. It really was phenomenal to get to see and experience in person. I am going to also do a time-lapse video of what I'm building today because I'm wanting to also craft a little bit of a video for people who are wanting to see just more like a quick view of the build process. So I'm going to try and do both and see if it works. And if it doesn't work, that's fine. But this is kind of the first attempt to try both. Also, whoops, let's turn this way. You can see my chair. Let's try that again. You can see I finally finished building, whoops, over there, all three of the big ones. So this was the last one, Venusaur. It was really, really fun. It was also a lot of work. This building process for that giant set was massive and took a very long time. So I'm glad that it's done. It's really beautiful display. It's quite large, as you can see. But last week's Pokemon Week was really worth diving in to all the Pokemon sets. So thanks again for joining and participating and being so active in the chat. Okay, let me start this video and then we'll dive into the set and get started. Okay. So this is doing time lapse, which is fun. And I just kind of set it and forget it, which is nice. Glenn says, how are you? I'm doing well. It's nice to have Valentine's Habitats finally happening. I really love hosting that each year. It's been fun to be a part of I think the first time I just did a recap post yesterday of all of the builds that we've done or that I've done over the years for Valentine's Habitats. And I think 2022, for some reason, I skipped. But all of the other years from 2021 on, I participated in. And in 23 and 24, I co-hosted with Jen. And then in 25 and this year, 2026, I'm the solo host for it. So lots of fun. And I appreciate that Jen set us up for success with the Habitat Challenges to make sure that we could all do our best with it and ensure that everyone has a good experience with it too. So hi, Zach. How's it going? I'm doing well. Having a lot of fun around the house as we've been watching a lot of the Olympics. So Philip and I have really loved, especially the ice skating. That's always my favorite, which is fun. So yeah. Yay, congrats on Pokemon Week. Thank you. And cheers to Valentine's Week. Agreed. So much fun. So I think you both might have heard this before, but my hometown is Loveland, Colorado. So Loveland is the way it's spelled. And it is the self-proclaimed self-proclaimed Valentine's Day capital of America, which is cheesy and fun, and I love it. And they have a huge Valentine's festival and events and all kinds of stuff that happens each year as a part of the Valentine's Fun. And part of that is they do a remailing program where you can mail all of your Valentines that you're sending to people in a larger envelope sent to, or with them already addressed and ready to go for your Valentines. And they will open the larger envelope, re-stamp them all with a special stamp from Loveland, and then share that on to your Valentines, sending it from the Sweetheart City with a special stamp and a unique poem that goes along with it each time too. So very cheesy, but very fun. And the city really just kind of lights up in red and pink all through most of January and February. And there's a festival and all kinds of stuff that happens. So to me, Valentine's has always been something I'm fond of, and it's something that I feel connected to the idea of love for your community, love for your friends, love for all different types of love. So it's not just romantic love, which I appreciate, although that can certainly be a part of it, of course. But that is part of why I love it so much and why I get so excited to get to be the host of the Valentine's Habitat Challenge. So I know it well. I mean, enough out of stater that was only in the area a few years. Yes, right. So yeah, you are a little familiar with the Valentine's love that I have for Valentine's from the Sweetheart City, which is fun. So I think they've rebranded as the Sweetheart City instead of the Valentine's Day capital, which is obviously easier to say, but it leans more into the romance, which is why I liked it more as just the or the broader perspective of Valentine's Day. Hooray for love indeed. I like to think I love everyone, even him, but it can be... Yes, agreed. And I think, you know, as we heard from Bad Bunny this weekend at the Super Bowl, love is stronger than hate. Together, we can be better together, right? And there's all kinds of great thoughts related to that. So yes, I am a huge proponent of love for everyone in your community and seeing your community as being broad and wide and expansive and including everyone. So even when it's hard to love somebody. Did y'all watch the Super Bowl and or the Super Bowl halftime show? We certainly did, and I paid much more attention to the halftime show than I did to anything else. I actually was building Venusaur the entire time we were watching, and so I was half paying attention to the game. Didn't really care about the teams this year, and you know, I wish Denver would have made it. That would have made it feel very different, and I would have paid better attention. But yeah, we definitely watched, and I stopped all building when it was time for the halftime show, which was outstanding. I've been listening to Bad Bunny all week, which is fun, and I would say that I am a relatively newer fan. I had heard his music before, but it wasn't something that like I intentionally put on playlists and things, and now am a huge fan. So let's see. Glenn says, watched none of it, but did track the score now and then. Love the outcome, and I'm stunned by the hate for Bad Bunny. Yes, it's ridiculous. And honestly, I don't think the hate is really as big as they're making it out to be. I think the media is excited that there's something dramatic to track and share about, and so that's where that's coming from, but I don't actually believe that a lot of people are all that upset. I think most people are perfectly fine. And it's just people being ridiculous. So that's my 2 cents. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but anytime we have something that we can get people riled up about, it drives clicks and views and all the stupid things that unfortunately we in our society tend to care about now. So That's my thought. To be sure, the hate is far more prominent on Twitter than anywhere else. Yeah. And I'm not on Twitter. And so on purpose, I choose not to be there and have chosen not to be there for many years now. And yeah, a big piece of that is I don't really like all the hate that's there. So let's just not have it. That's my perspective, but I know that there's other good people that are still on there too. So Zach says, missed the game, watched the halftime show, and was overjoyed to see Lady Gaga show her support and love for Benito. Yes, agreed. Yeah, and we've been calling it the Benito Bowl, as many have, of course. Yeah, Lady Gaga was such a fun surprise to me. I didn't know that she was going to be there as a guest, featured guest, and I saw a really wonderful article that talked about allyship and talked about how the way that Lady Gaga handled that whole situation was a perfect example of ways to show up as an ally, that she didn't make it about herself, that she adapted and modeled her performance in a way that would fit Bad Bunny's aesthetic, and that she ensured that he remained the star while still... Oh, and also she bought her dress, had it made by a Puerto Rican designer, and just all kinds of really interesting and cool things that made me even more of a fan of somebody that I already absolutely love and adore. She is amazing. So yeah, that was really cool to see. And I love when people do that deep dive into people and learn more about wonderful celebrities that do great things. Like, I think there's plenty that are out there that are doing wonderful things. So yeah, so it's been a fun couple of days. I did not anticipate building so much Pokemon over the weekend. I thought maybe I would get through it all, and I certainly did not. So it took until last night to get it all finished. And that just tells you how massive those sets are. I obviously, during live streams, was building it all week, and found that while I can build live, it also takes some time and energy to do so. And so let me see, did I do something wrong? Aha, I added something more than I needed to. Let's remove that. Anyhow, something looks off here. Let me pay attention to what I'm doing for just a moment and see. Okay, that's that. Oh, that's what I did wrong. Okay. So that goes there. This goes here. This makes more sense now. Okay. In just a second, I'll show you what we're building and how it's coming together. It's a pretty standard frame. When we saw the reveal of the product at Fan Media Days, the designers talked about how it was intentionally a very standard frame, as well as they've done in the past, because they wanted to make sure that the focus was really on everything else in the build. So the frame needs to not take away from the beauty. And also Monet's art is often framed in a very minimalist way. So it was kind of matching that vibe. All right, I think I'm supposed to still have these two left over. Let's find out. Okay, so I built one side wall, another side wall. These two were bags 2, and then this is bag 1. So now we're going to piece it together and see how massive this will be, which is looking to be not massive, but like for the space I have right here. Right now I'm inside the frame, y'all. Let's turn it this way. And even this way, I'm going to have the instructions inside the frame in order for this to fit. And I'm going to take a moment and see if this is working with the time lapse, because if it's not, I don't need to have this here. Oh, it is. Let me just raise this up a little bit more to fit inside. Okay, great. All right, so you attach those two sides. You have these two pieces left over, and that finishes out the attachment for the frame. I'm guessing, if I'm not mistaken, that bag 3 will be the bottom part of the frame. No surprise there. So, yay for the reveal of this set. Yes, agreed. Really stunning, and didn't see this coming. I love to hear that. So Fan Media Days, it was my first experience with that ever. I didn't really know what to expect, period, for, how Fan Media Days goes and all that kind of thing. And so it was such a thrill to get to be there and have them bring in set after set after set. And each design team would come in and have their own kind of setup and own time with us. So the art team came in to reveal a couple sets, and they revealed the first one first, which you've already seen and is already out on store shelves, I believe. But this was the other one. And this reveal, I didn't see coming either. I didn't know that it was going to be a fine art piece, but I was hoping it would, because we knew they were going to do 2 reveals at the beginning of their presentation, I think, if I'm not mistaken.